DPW workers had the plows and salting and equipment that they needed, making sure our Bureau of Public Utilities was reaching out to the utility companies. They pulled in mutual aid from across the country, people coming in from Ohio, for example, to be on the ground here ready for this. And then our transit, the DOT and NJ Transit, working around the clock to really come up with transit solutions so we could best move people around. We saw everyone working together and at a really high level of preparation. It was pretty impressive, and the people of New Jersey, I think, should be very, very proud of their public workers and the people who serve the public for all of the hard work they did around the clock. I'm looking at some of them right now, so we all owe you a debt of gratitude. I know how hard people have been working and the long shifts that you're all taking on. I also want to thank the people of New Jersey who really did a great job staying home. Thank you. I will tell you, I was out yesterday to go check on the salting operations, the plowing operations, the streets, the roads, make sure people were safe. And there were, in the most densely populated state in the nation, we had almost empty highways. That enabled everyone to function at an incredibly high level, get those plowing operations going when we were facing up to 17 inches of snow. That's what helped us to achieve blacktop this morning very, very early. So very early on, we were able to get light rail running for the morning commute. We now have, I believe, about 85 bus lines up and running. We'll continue to add to those as municipalities dig out some of the bus stops, and we'll hear more about that. We've also been working closely with the port. They were digging out at about 3 a.m. to make sure people had the salt they need. Remember, we got through phase two. I'd say phase one was preparation. Phase two is the actual emergency. And now we're in phase three, the aftermath, the cleanup, and then making sure that we are keeping our streets de-iced and that we are keeping utility power going to consumers. But that de-icing effort will involve salt. So the state's ramping up again on our salt. And I would encourage all the municipalities to do that. I really do want to shout out the New Jersey State Police and the Office of Emergency Management, the Department of Transportation, NJ Transit, the South Jersey Transportation Authority, the Port Authority, salt distributors, the Board of Public Utilities, and all of our departments of public works and mutual aid workers who came to New Jersey. Everyone working together made such a huge difference. We started our meetings early. During the transition, I visited the Regional Operations Intelligence Center, the ROC, probably about a month ago, to make sure, knowing that as I was going to be taking office in January, we could face something like this. So making sure we were prepared. I was on the phone on Inauguration Day and every day since. We've been in touch with every county and more than 315 municipalities to check in on everyone, make sure they have what they need. As we endured the worst winter storm in a decade, I declared a state of emergency effective on Saturday at 5 a.m. That was able to get all the resources that we needed. I'm declaring that over. That ended about 15 minutes ago at 12 o'clock. Because I think we've gone through the acute crisis. Now it's post-crisis cleanup and making sure we continue to keep everyone safe through this cold weather we are enduring. I will also let you know that we are continuing to bring up all of our transit. This afternoon we will see most of our train lines coming online. Some of them have already begun. And thanks to the PATH system, that's also running on a weekend schedule. Newark Airport is ramping up as well, and make sure you check on your flight, but many flights are now able to take off and land. The Department of Transportation lifted the commercial vehicle ban at 9 a.m. this morning. Every state highway, interstate turnpike parkway, and the Atlantic City Expressway has been plowed. DOT is lifting the emergency restrictions, but use common sense. These are wet roads and the temperatures are below freezing. So be careful on bridges, on off and on ramps. Make sure that you aren't, you are aware of ice on the roadways, the possible icing conditions. We're working incredibly hard, but just because you see blacktop doesn't mean that you don't need to exercise caution in these incredibly cold conditions. I got to tell you, hats off to our utility operators. They have restored every single person who lost power during the storm. I have never seen that in our previous storms, so they were truly ready, especially with that mutual aid. They had tree cutters in place to make sure that if you lost power, they restored it as quickly as possible, knowing how cold it was going to get. Our grid operator, PJM, we've been in touch with them talking about the upcoming cold. They have been preparing to meet the historic demand for electricity tomorrow. The DOE issued an emergency order to allow additional resources to stay online to meet electricity demand. This will keep power flowing in New Jersey. They've also issued an emergency order to allow additional resources to stay online. So we will keep working with them because we still expect cold temperatures below freezing for the rest of the week. This type of cold means that we will see upticks in power needs, so we are continuing to monitor that. There's still and remains plenty of salt at the port. I want to reiterate that. There is plenty of salt at the port. There's 250,000 metric tons on hand now. We have another 125 metric tons inbound. The state's refilling our supply, so you should too. You municipalities, you counties, make sure you're ready because this week's going to be cold. So you know what? Again, thank you to everyone for this hard work. Check on your neighbors, check on your friends. It's going to be cold this week, and it's only January, so it likely won't be the last storm we face here. But the men and women working for all of New Jersey have done an excellent job. I'm sure they'll continue to do so. So without further ado, I'm going to let you hear from some of them. Thanks so much. Colonel?
Thank you, Governor. And the governor's thanking everybody, but I just want to thank her for her leadership. She jumped right in at the beginning of her administration with her and her team, so we greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Just a couple things from New Jersey State Police and New Jersey OEM. As we're receiving updates of conditions improving on our major roadways and throughout the state, I've ordered that the State Emergency Operations Center, the SEOC, change its activation to a level 3. We will be now enhanced monitoring instead of a level 2 in person. By doing this, it means that we can begin to slowly scale down extra personnel and specialized resources. We are still maintaining close contact with all of our counties and all of the county OEMs for any resources that they may need. We've seen a range of snow totals from 6 inches in Cape May to 17 inches up in Sussex County. From 6 p.m. Saturday, January 24th, until 9:30 a.m. this morning, troopers have responded to 206 motor vehicle accidents. Thankfully, nothing was serious. They also responded to 1,130 motorist aids. These are essentially flat tires, people that stand out, nothing serious. The storm may be over, but the hazards are not. Our roadway crews are still working to clear and salt the roadways. So we are asking that if you can, please stay off the roads and allow them to perform their duties. It is important for everyone to know that we are expecting extremely cold temperatures for the rest of the week. This can create slippery roadway conditions and potential power outages. It is important to know that you should also continue to monitor your local weather as conditions can change at any time. We're still in regular contact from the SEOC with the National Weather Service and continuing to get updated briefings hourly. The SEOC will also continue to monitor for any requests for state assistance from any counties or municipalities. Our patrols are still enhanced at this time. We will be out assisting any motor vehicles that are stranded, any motorist aids, or any accidents that will be out there. Just a couple tips for our residents. Please remove any snow and ice from your vehicle before you begin to travel. This snow and ice coming off of vehicles can damage other vehicles and potentially cause accidents. While the snow is ended, as well as the sleet, it is still going to remain cold and icy. Please continue to charge your cell phones. And as we always say, check on your neighbors. People are beginning to dig out now. Check on the elderly. Check on your loved ones if you're able to. We are a community here in New Jersey, and let's continue to do that. I also want to thank everybody that helped during the storm, from the citizens to all of our partners here, to the governor. It has been greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Governor, I want to first thank you. We, not only your emergency management team, but the state has been a beneficiary of your military background. You led with precision, you demanded results, but what I think we appreciated the most is that you led with the kind of pragmatism that we sorely needed and we so appreciated. I know I'm the face of New Jersey Transit, and I'm often not reminded it's not the prettiest face, but I want to make sure that I recognize my 13,000 colleagues. This is no small feat. To be able to go from a state of emergency to restoration of our service happens not by accident, but by design. And I know many of you in this room haven't slept for many days, and it has not gone unnoticed. But I wanted to let you know, I know the governor said it, and I also wanted to make sure you know that I appreciate it. We have, as the governor said, already resumed light rail service as of 4:30 this morning. Bus service, 85 lines, connecting major terminals in New York, Philadelphia, Newark, and many points in between have already started, with more to come throughout the day and certainly tomorrow. Access Link, which is a critical service that our senior and disabled population relies on, has started as of 12 this afternoon. It will be driven on how fast we can do it based on the conditions of people's driveways and sidewalks and such, because we want to make sure that we provide a safe service. I want to emphasize and amplify perhaps one point the governor made on our local bus routes. It is imperative that our municipalities who own the bus shelters and are supposed to operate them clean those facilities so people can stand in a sheltered place. It is not helpful if the only place that our customers can stand is in a live traffic lane. That does not make for a safe condition. We want to make sure that I understand that they have many things going on, but in order for us to fully ramp up and provide the kind of service that our counties and municipalities expect, we want to make sure they're good partners with us, just like we are for them. Finally, rail. It has been an important measure for us to make sure that all modes that are under our umbrella are operating, and I'm pleased to say that as of 20 minutes ago, we have started a majority of our train lines, with the exception of Gladstone and PPAC, and the only reason those are currently not working, or sorry, PASCAC. Anthony's looking at me saying, you're wrong. Sorry, Anthony. PASCAC they will be operational. We just got to make sure we get the right crews in there, and the mechanical folks who are still not able to get there can get there and make sure our equipment is running. We will tomorrow operate on a modified schedule. That means it's a weekend schedule. The storm is clearly over, but I remind everybody that the cold weather wreaks havoc on the infrastructure, not just on our infrastructure, but the Northeast Corridor infrastructure, which is so critical for our service. We will continue to focus on it, make sure the switches are working, the signal systems are working. My commitment to the governor since the very first day is, yes, we want the service to work, but we also want to make sure the service is safe and reliable. That is our commitment, but I am so grateful to the governor that she gave us the ability to make decisions and to implement decisions that keep New Jersey safe, New Jerseyans safe, but also to bring the service back in a thoughtful and prudent way, just like we did when we temporarily suspended service. Thank you so much.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the governor for all of her support of the New Jersey Department of Transportation, New Jersey Turnpike Authority, and the South Jersey Transportation Authority. I'm pleased to report that all state highways, interstate highways, the New Jersey Turnpike, Garden State Parkway, and Atlantic City Expressway are back to black pavement and running water. Although speed restrictions have been lifted, there is the potential for refreezing with the cold temperatures. So we ask that if you absolutely positively have to be on the road, to please proceed with extreme caution, especially on the on and off ramps. Plowing and spreading operations will continue through the day and through the evening hours. We ask that you be mindful of our plow trains, and they will be clearing the shoulders as well. If you absolutely positively have to be on the roads, please proceed with extreme caution. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any on-topic questions? It's because we were so thorough. Yes.
Just for Mr. Calori, can you just state which two you're still working on again, just so I have it right?
Yes, Pascack Valley and Gladstone.
And just to reiterate, we're talking about if anything gets online this afternoon and tomorrow morning, it's all weekday schedule.
Weekend schedule, and understanding that we're still ramping up. So please expect, be patient with us. There will be some delays, maybe some annulments, but we are working through it. But it's a weekend schedule, yes.
All right. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it.